Hello everybody, I welcome you to this Sport Commerce information session. In this video, I'll talk about how Sport Commerce team has brought total web security in Sport Commerce solution. The team has followed the OWASP top 10 rules, Open Web Application Security Project top 10 rules and principles to ensure total web security. Let us look at each one of them and what approach the team has followed to implement them. The first one is identity management. Identity management is very important in an e-commerce project. Identifying a user, their role, and ensuring that they can access only those customer data to which they are entitled to is important. In e-commerce project, we store several sensitive information, customer data, payment information, and transaction details. If a person with a bad intention gets hold of such information, it is a failure to the e-commerce project. So what have we done in this regard? In Spurt Commerce, a user can only access or will have permission to those modules to which they are given the access. We use email ID as the unique identity of the user. The same email ID cannot be used by multiple users. Only super admin will have the provision to provide access to modules to each different admin users. In case an attacker or a person with a bad intention tries to hack into an user account by guessing the password, then in regular intervals, the system blocks that user by discouraging them to guess the password and enter in. Also, when an invalid user name is entered, we are not giving an error message, as this will allow the hacker to guess the user account. Next, authentication testing. This is another important aspect in e-commerce. Absence of authentication can lead to impersonation of the users, encouraging attackers. So let us look at what actions Spurt Commerce team has taken in this regard. We have used HTTPS for the platform and redirect any HTTP request to the HTTPS. The password should not replicate the username. Also, the passwords must have an uppercase and mix of numbers and alphabets. Then, during guessing of passwords in regular intervals, the account locking mechanism has been introduced to avoid any brute force attacks. After 5 unsuccessful attempts, the account gets locked for a while. The platform authenticates the user in each request by the use of a middleware. Any unauthorized user cannot access any request without passing through authentication. Our platform reviews if any sensitive information is stored on the client side. It also checks if access can occur without authentication and make sure that it doesn't. We are not saving password in the browser. The password is evaluated for its length, complexity, reuse, and aging. We have totally protected the platform from any brute force attacks and guessing of passwords. When a user tries to reset password, the password link goes to registered email ID. The user has to click on the link and reset the password. Again, that has to be as per the password policy. Next. Authorization testing. This is the next step after identity management that we have already spoken about. In Spurt Commerce, we have implemented the right mechanisms where user can access only those modules for which they have the permission that I've already discussed with you. What has the team done for this in further to what we have discussed earlier? We will analyze this with a real-time example. What if a particular user gets to know the access URL of another user? Can this user log into the other person's account by way of this URL? No, this has been blocked by way of a middleware. Any user cannot give access to any other users by themselves. Only a higher ranked admin can give access. Our team has thoroughly checked and verified that our solution is not vulnerable to IDOR. IDOR is when an application provides direct access to objects based on user supplied input. If this is the case, then attackers can bypass authorization and access resources in the system directly. So, attackers cannot retrieve any user records from our system by way of user supplied inputs or cookies. Next, session management testing. This is highly important in e-commerce, and we have already discussed about user authentication. In further to that, the team has implemented session management. What has the team done? In Spurt Commerce, we have implemented the session management where tokens authenticate the users and these tokens are encrypted. In this e-commerce project, we have introduced tokens for authentications, and tokens created for each user is unique. It assesses the user's logout. It then analyzes the session timeout and if the session is properly killed after logout. The platform saves the created token in the database, and in every request, the system validates if the token exists in the database. If not, the request gets returned followed by an error message. Then during logout, the token gets deleted from the database. Next, data validation testing. So in Spurt Commerce, we have followed the important standards for data validation by implementing the process for elimination of inappropriate data or codes and the request params. We have used request files for each request, and in the request, they cannot use only the respective parameters. The platform validates each param value and sanitizes any inputs from XSS attack. We have implemented measures to avoid brute force attacks. We have also brought the validation process for request params so that they do not have any hidden code within them. It also validates if any command line exists in each params. And EJS template in the server side restricts the native template syntax in the request params. Next, cryptography. In Spurt Commerce, we have used HTTPS to avoid sensitive data transmission, and for any such information, encryption is being made a mandate to prevent all possible data attacks and vulnerabilities. One is we have used the HTTPS. Next, any sensitive information we have implemented the generation of AES key. What is this AES key? A 64-character secret key to prevent any attacks Next, business logic testing. In Spurt Commerce, all the business logic validations are performed in server-side API only. We have configured the system for non-acceptance of files with extensions that can possibly pass through irrelevant code or data into the system. We have used ACL and we have also audited each action performed in our platform. We have implemented circumvention of workflows, that is, only after the parent flow gets fulfilled, the subsequent flows can occur. Only these files with extensions of PDF, XLSX, doc, and docs will be allowed for upload. The platform restricts the files with the extensions of .php, .jsp, and .aspx. Next, client-side testing. In Spurt Commerce, we have implemented the solutions for all possible vulnerabilities that can occur through client-side and may lead to the leakage of any sensitive information. We redirect this trusted URL only from our backend and response, and we do not redirect any URL from the front end. Our front end that has been built on Angular changes the CSS name and replaces the names with unique names which are non-guessable. We prevent the showing of our platform in iframes. We store token in local storage, and in server side, we use middleware to validate the token. We have done the complete API testing through use of Swagger. We have made sure that the platform is fully secure against XSS attacks. This is the overview of the OWASP implementation in Spurt Commerce. For any further queries relating to web security, you may send an email to support@spurtcommerce.com. Also, to learn more about this, you may download the Excel sheet that has been published on the same page that talks about the complete overview of the OWASP principles that we have implemented in Spurt Commerce. Just a second, I'll just open this and show you so that later you can just download it and go through yourself. So this is the one. Thank you for watching this video. I'll come up with more such information session videos. Stay tuned for it. Thank you.